Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, is one of the most powerful books ever written about human relationships. If you want to improve your social intelligence, become more influential, and grow as a leader, this book should be required reading. Even though it was written over 80 years ago, its principles are still completely relevant today. That's why it remains one of the best-selling books in the world. In this video, I'll summarize the entire book. By the end, you'll understand all the core ideas and key lessons. Part 1. Fundamental Techniques in Handling People. 1. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. People almost never criticize themselves, no matter how wrong they are. Human beings are emotional creatures, driven by ego and pride. When you criticize someone, you put them on the defensive. Instead of changing, they justify their behavior. Even the families of criminals often blame the system rather than the person. Criticism wounds pride and creates resentment that can last a lifetime. Carnegie tells the story of Bob Hoover, a famous test pilot. After a mechanic accidentally filled his plane with the wrong fuel, causing a near-fatal crash, Hoover did not yell or punish him. Instead, he told the mechanic he still trusted him and asked him to service the plane again. Why? Because people learn better through encouragement than punishment. Anyone can criticize. It takes character to understand and forgive. 2. Give honest and sincere appreciation. One of the strongest human desires is the need to feel important and appreciated. Praise and recognition motivate people far more than money or fear. Simple words like "thank you" or "you did a great job" can change someone's entire day if they are sincere. Avoid fake flattery. People see through it immediately. Instead, focus genuinely on the good qualities in others. Treat people the way you would want to be treated. When you give appreciation freely, people enjoy being around you, and you positively impact their lives. 3. Arouse in the other person an eager want. When you go fishing, you don't use bait you like. You use bait the fish likes. Yet, when dealing with people, we often talk only about what we want. The only way to influence people is to talk about what they want and show them how to get it. Before speaking, ask yourself, what does the other person gain from this? People who genuinely serve others stand out in a world full of self-interest. Part 2. 6 ways to make people like you. 1. Become genuinely interested in other people. People love those who make them feel important. Just like a dog that's always happy to see you, showing interest makes people feel valued. Ask questions. Remember details about their lives. You make more friends by being interested than by trying to be interesting. 2. Smile. A smile says, "I like you. I'm happy to see you." Smiling creates goodwill instantly. When you smile at people, they almost always smile back, and your relationships improve naturally. 3. Remember names. A person's name is the sweetest sound to them. Remembering it shows respect and attention. Repeat the name when you hear it. Use it in conversation. Forgetting someone's name makes them feel unimportant. 4. Be a good listener. People love to talk about themselves. Listening attentively makes them feel respected and valued. Most people wait for their turn to talk instead of truly listening. When you listen sincerely, people see you as an excellent conversationalist, even if you barely speak. 5. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. People are far more engaged when the topic matters to them. Understand their goals and show how your idea benefits them. 6. Make the other person feel important, and do it sincerely. Everyone wants to feel significant. Make people feel valued without manipulation or hidden motives. Part 3. How to win people to your way of thinking. 1. Avoid arguments. Nobody truly wins an argument. If you lose, you lose. If you win, you create resentment. Avoid disputes whenever possible. 2. Begin in a friendly way. Hostility invites hostility. A friendly approach opens minds. When you start a conversation aggressively, the other person instinctively puts up defenses. Even if your argument is logical, it won't be heard because emotions take over. People don't change their minds when they feel attacked. A friendly tone, on the other hand, lowers resistance. It signals safety, respect, and cooperation. Example: Dale Carnegie tells the story of a man whose landlord raised the rent. Instead of complaining or accusing the landlord of being unfair, the man began by expressing appreciation. He said how much he liked the apartment and how well the building was managed. Only after establishing goodwill did he explain that he wanted to stay but couldn't afford the increase. The landlord, who would normally have reacted defensively, became cooperative and agreed to find a solution. The lesson is simple. People are more open when they feel respected first. 3. Respect opinions. Never say, "You're wrong." Telling someone they are wrong is a direct attack on their ego. Even if you are correct, the moment you say, "You're wrong," the other person stops listening and starts defending themselves. People value their opinions as part of their identity. When you challenge those opinions bluntly, you challenge their self-worth. Example: Carnegie shares a personal experience where he bought expensive curtains. When one friend told him he had clearly overpaid, he immediately defended the purchase. But when another friend praised the curtains and admired their quality, Carnegie openly admitted that he felt he had overpaid. The difference wasn't logic, it was respect. Respect disarms defensiveness. Disrespect fuels resistance. 4. If you're wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. Admitting mistakes disarms criticism instantly. When you criticize yourself first, you remove the other person's need to do it. People enjoy feeling important by pointing out mistakes. But if you admit your fault first, they often switch roles and become generous instead of critical. Example: Carnegie tells a story about walking his dog without a leash. After being warned once by a police officer, he repeated the mistake. When the officer approached again, Carnegie immediately admitted fault and criticized himself harshly before the officer could speak. Instead of giving a fine, the officer forgave him. Admitting mistakes earns respect and turns potential conflict into goodwill. 5. Let the other person talk. People need to feel heard before they are willing to listen. Interrupting someone tells them their thoughts don't matter. Most arguments fail because both sides are waiting to speak, not listening. Example: Carnegie once attended a dinner party and listened attentively to a botanist for hours. He barely spoke. Later, the botanist told the host that Carnegie was the most interesting conversationalist he had ever met. Why? Because being a good listener makes others feel important, and people love those who make them feel important. 6. Try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. If you had lived the other person's life, experienced their struggles, and seen the world through their eyes, you would likely think the same way they do. Understanding someone's perspective doesn't mean agreeing with them. It means acknowledging their reality. Example: think about a job interview. Most candidates see it as a stressful test for themselves. But if you put yourself in the interviewer's position, you realize they also want the interview to end successfully. They are hoping the next person will be the right fit. When you frame your answers around solving their problem, not just yours, your chances of success increase dramatically. 7. Be sympathetic with the other person's ideas and feelings. When people are upset, they feel fully justified in their emotions. They don't want logic, they want understanding. Saying, "I understand why you feel this way," is often more powerful than any argument. Example: when someone is angry, they don't think, "I know I'm being irrational." They believe their anger is justified. If you acknowledge their feelings instead of dismissing them, resistance melts and communication opens. Sympathy builds trust, and trust leads to influence. 8. Start with questions that get yes. Every time someone says no, they become more defensive. Yes creates agreement and momentum. Instead of pushing your conclusion, guide the other person toward it through shared understanding. Example: salespeople often misuse this technique by trapping people with obvious yes questions, which feels manipulative. But when used sincerely, asking questions that establish common ground makes people feel involved, not pressured. Agreement should feel natural, not forced. 9. Let the other person feel the idea is theirs. People like their own ideas more than anyone else's. When someone believes an idea is theirs, they are more committed to it. Example: Carnegie describes negotiating with a difficult person. Instead of pushing his own solution, he asked the other person for advice and ideas. The opponent became a collaborator. Once the solution came from them, they were fully invested in making it work. Ownership creates motivation. 10. Appeal to noble motives. People usually have two reasons for doing something, one that sounds good and the real one. Appeal to the version of themselves they want to believe in. Example, if someone is breaking an agreement, instead of accusing them, appeal to their integrity. Say you believed they were a person of their word. This gives them a chance to live up to that image rather than defend themselves. People don't want to lose their moral self-image. Part 4. How to change people without offending them. Begin with praise and honest appreciation. Call attention to mistakes indirectly. Talk about your own mistakes first. Ask questions instead of giving orders. Let people save face. Praise every improvement. Give people a reputation to live up to. Make faults seem easy to correct. Make people happy to do what you suggest. Conclusion. The core lesson of this book is simple but powerful. Influence comes from understanding people, not controlling them. If you apply even a few of these principles, your relationships, career, and leadership skills will improve dramatically. If you found this summary valuable, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.